Alright, so as of right now, there really is no plans, or set in stone anyway, plans for Anthony Joshua's comeback. Now, Eddie Hearn did, I think a month or so ago, say in interviews that, and obviously we knew Anthony Joshua was going to have surgery, we knew that, on his elbow, and it was going to basically stop his training camp up until I think August, which is, we're only a couple of days away from August now. Now, he did say that AJ would likely be back in the ring this year, but it would probably be late, as in October, November, December. So you're talking about the very, very end of the year. Turkey and the Saudis normally put on a show just before Christmas. I mean, it can literally be 2 or 3 days before Christmas. The day of reckoning, I think, was 2 days before Christmas. So we could be looking at something then. But there's no real word on Anthony Joshua. There's no real word on really anything set in stone with regards to an opponent, with regards when he's going to be fighting against whom, etc., etc. Now, the Metro, amongst other online publications, are actually reporting that Anthony Joshua has revealed his plans to retire from boxing. Now, I want to read this article here. It says, Anthony Joshua has suggested that he will retire from boxing this year. The 35-year-old has not fought since he was knocked out by Daniel Dubois in the 5th round at Wembley last September. Joshua required elbow surgery after the defeat, and the two-time unified, I was going to say undisputed there, no, unified heavyweight champion does not have another opponent lined up, although his promoter Eddie Hearn has held talks over a possible fight with YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul. Ugh. Boxing fans are holding out hope of Joshua finally facing Tyson Fury, who announced his retirement from boxing in January, as if we still believe that, after his rematch defeat to Alexander Usyk the previous month. However, in an Instagram post on Friday night, Joshua paid tribute to his promotional team, Matchroom Boxing, who have managed him since his professional debut in 2013, but said his last punch will be thrown this year. Before I read the Instagram post, Anthony Joshua has alluded, and he's talked about retirement before. He did it last year, I believe. But he was always, well, I think it was, did he say it or did he allude to it, that basically he wants to retire in 2026 before his birthday. I think he's 36, 37 next year. No, yeah. Before I think he turns 37, which I think he's going to turn 36 in October. No, he'll be 37 next year. So he'd alluded to 2026 being his last year, not 2025. But let's have a quick read of this statement here. So Anthony Joshua posted the following. He says, "Shout out to Matchroom Boxing for all you've done for me and continue to do for me. Long may you reign supreme and keep giving fighters the opportunity to become champions and make boxing great. 12 years ago, I signed with you, and 12 years later, I will throw my last punch with you. Respect and loyalty is a perfect match for the great good. It's a perfect match for the great good. A toast to another 100 years of Matchroom Boxing. And to finish on this, if I could start from scratch, I wouldn't change ish." Didn't say that, but that's what we're going to insert in place of said word. Right. Now, I'm not 100% sure, is it Anthony Joshua who does his own posts on Instagram, or is it a team? Because as you know, some fighters, some well-known figures, some celebrities, and Joshua is definitely a celebrity, some of the tweets they would tweet and some of the posts they would have would be their own, but then at the other time there's a team who would do them for them. All right. Now I'm wondering, did someone just post this? Maybe Joshua told them, I want to, a post about Matchroom, loyalty, etc., etc., and maybe they worded it wrong. Maybe, because again, I'm just speculating here. 12 years ago I signed with you, and 12 years later I will throw my last punch with you. Yeah, he signed in 2013, 12 years later. So yeah, that would mean that this would be AJ's final year, essentially. And as it says there, 12 years later I will throw my last punch with you. That's interesting. That is interesting. It's leading people to believe that we're probably not going to get to see the Fury fight, even though I think that there is some pressure being put on, maybe more so Tyson Fury, because AJ has always said he wanted that fight, he even said at the start of this year, to get that fight over the line. Because I think we need to see that, just to just to settle the score with that fight. I would love to see it. Even though I think fairly confidently Tyson Fury would win, I would still like to see it nonetheless, just so we can put that fight to bed. Because I think it's a fight that needs to happen for British boxing, it really does. But following on in this article, it says here, speaking after Alexander Usyk's dominant victory over Daniel Dubois at Wembley Stadium last weekend, Hearn revealed that Joshua would agree to a fight with Jake Paul. Ugh. It sounds like AJ is going to fight Paul if he is true to his word. The fight will happen, Hearn said in an interview with The Stomping Ground. It's great that Tyson Fury is saying Jake Paul is going to win. It's bizarre that he's saying he's going to win. I mean, maybe I've lost my mind, but if they truly want that fight, I reached out to Nikisa, who is obviously a member of MVP earlier, and we're going to have a chat next week. If they truly want that fight, we can actually make the fight that does the biggest numbers in sport. Forget Canelo Crawford. That doesn't even touch the surface, and I can't believe I'm saying it, of AJ against Jake Paul. Yeah. Well, if AJ does fight Jake Paul, he is going out with an absolute bag. I mean, would he make more money? Genuine question. Would he make more money fighting Jake Paul than he would for a Fury fight? It'd be much of a muchness, wouldn't it? Because they probably do that fight on Netflix, you would imagine, even though AJ, I think he's actually got shares in the zone as well. Because obviously when he signed that lifelong deal with Matchroom a couple of years ago, about 2-3 years ago now, I think it was before the Usyk fight, the Usyk rematch, he had shares with the zone as well. So that is an interesting one. It's a very interesting one. If they did do that fight, would it be on the zone? Would it be on Netflix? What way would they do it? That Jake Paul fight, to me, it just doesn't interest me, because AJ would beat Jake. See, I said this with Ade, and he made a very, very good point. It would make people actually doubt the validity of a lot of Jake Paul's fights, because you would see AJ probably hold back, knowing with one jab I can take this guy's head clean off his shoulders, which he would. Seriously, the first meaningful jab he throws, fight's over, essentially. It's done. What does he get beating Jake Paul? Nothing. I mean, literally nothing. I mean, do you remember when he beat Francis Ngannou, when he knocked him out in the second round? You had people saying, oh, after that performance he now beats Alexander Usyk. You're like, mate, he knocked out an MMA guy. This would be even worse. You're knocking out a novice boxer who's, I'll give him credit. I will give credit where credit's due. He certainly could have picked an easier, road to go down. He's certainly putting eyes onto sport, even if maybe some of them are not the eyes you necessarily want for, the Mike Tyson fight, for all the wrong reasons, that fight. But seriously, do you really, I just can't envision AJ going out against Jake Paul. That's how you're going to leave the sport? Ugh, I hope not. Again, looking at the post, going back to that and reading it there, I do wonder, did they maybe word it slightly incorrectly? Because again, we're not, we're through the halfway point of this year. So if he's throwing his last punch with Matchroom 12 years later, it's going to be this year. That to me kind of insinuates that we're not going to get the Fury fight, because I doubt we're going to get the Fury fight this year. If it happens at all, it'll probably happen next year. And what is this AJ coming to the realization? And again, maybe it is AJ coming to the realization that, there's not much gas left in the tank. Maybe the surgery that he had was worse. Maybe the injury was worse than was initially thought. Maybe he's thinking, the body just can't do another year, another 18 months. I have one more fight in me, make a bag against Jake Paul. Could win that fight with one arm. Seriously, with one arm you could probably win that fight, and then just sail off into the sunset. So yeah, it's an interesting one. AJ apparently, according to this article, could be retiring this year. Interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you believe that AJ could retire this year, or do you think that he's got at least another year in him, and that we probably got another fight or two in him? We certainly have one more fight, but think we have another fight or two in him? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video, people. As always, if you could, smash the like button, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. Until next time, peace.